Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a Screenwriter's Rant on Black as Night, a vampire movie, as they say, an urban vampire movie from Amazon Prime. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Please check out my books. Links in the description if you'd like to support the channel. Thank you for buying my books. Now, this looks good. It looks good. It looks like a sort of a black Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This girl gets bit by a vampire, a homeless vampire. There's a bunch of homeless guys doing it. And she decides she wants revenge. I don't know if she's a vampire yet. Written by Sherman Payne, directed by Mariti Lego. So she does a little research online. Next thing you know, her and her friends are hunting vampires. So they do the classic thing where he's trying to hypnotize her, but I guess because she's been bit, she's immune, or she's a vampire too, and everybody's turned into vampires, and her and her friends have to slay them. So it's kind of like Buffy, but not quite. It's called Black as Night. I think it looks cool. I mean, if you like vampire movies, it's pretty standard. It's just very urban, which makes more sense from the vampire perspective, right? That would be easier hunting. Could hunt homeless guys all day long. Nobody misses them. But of course, once one of them gets infected, then you got a real problem on your hands, because homeless guys would just run amok and infect each other, and then you got a real vampire problem. So the first act is probably, normal girl and her friends, and she's got various things going on. She gets bit, and everything changes. So she shows her friend, and he doesn't believe it at first. And next thing, I guess she'll have vampire powers. They didn't show her with vampire powers, so I'm not sure her deal. Maybe she's like Blade. She's sort of half and half. But she decides to get back at the homeless vampires. So her and her friends go, and they find one, and they tie him to a chair, and I guess they eventually kill him. So then it's about hunting the vampires. And they, make their way up the chain of command, and eventually they get to the more sophisticated ones who hypnotize people, and they have money and houses, and they've got a system brewing. And so, and I think her mother might be one too, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the setup. I think part of the setup is her mother's in like rehab or something, but I think it turns out to be a vampire thing, because her mother was staying in a room with no lights. So I don't know about her being a vampire, because she seemed to be in the sunlight after the bite, but you'd have to watch it and see. This is a new movie, October 1st. Now, it looks solid. Looks totally solid. It's black Buffy. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I like this better than Buffy, because Buffy got a little too full of itself, I think. It was a little too smarmy. I never was really all that into Buffy, especially the singing one. I was once at a convention where I was stuck next to a guy who was playing that episode over and over again, and I wanted to kill myself. But this looks solid. I would totally see this. I may very well review it. Black as Night, October 1st. And that's it. We'll see you in the next one. Check us out on Bitchute and Rumble.